Good evening. This must be my clicker. Welcome. I want to take the opportunity to say how happy I am to be here representing Gulfstream this evening. Gulfstream has been with the Ocean Exchange since the very beginning, and we're very proud of that fact. And it's just been great to see the event grow and expand over the years. And so it's great to see all of you out here this evening. Excuse me. I was debating with a colleague of mine a couple of days ago whether it was a good thing or a bad thing to be presenting to a group of people who are holding cocktails. And we ultimately concluded that on balance it was a good thing, at least for you, if not for me. So if the very thought of PowerPoint slides makes you want to run out to the bar and get a refill, I will not be offended. But what I want to talk to you about tonight, very briefly, is our renewable fuels initiative at Gulfstream. We're very excited about it, and we hope it will really take off and become something very, very significant in the aviation industry. But before I do that, for those of you who are not all that familiar with Gulfstream, let me just take a minute to tell you who we are and what we do. How's the sound level? It feels to me like I'm maybe a little too close to the mic. It's okay? Okay. So who are we at Gulfstream? We design, build, and service what we think are the world's finest business jets. We've been doing that since 1958. Basically invented the notion of a business jet. And we do that for customers around the world. Business is about 50% domestic, 50% international. And we very much like to stress that our customers use our product as a business tool. It provides them with safety, it provides them with security, it provides them with greater productivity as they go about their business, and enables them to reach parts of the world that they wouldn't otherwise be able to reach easily. We have one corporate value at Gulfstream, it's integrity. We like to think that that encompasses all the other values that one might possibly think of, and so we look at it that way. From a sustainability perspective, the way we think of integrity as our corporate value requires that we ensure that we take care of our employees and the communities in which they live, and that we conserve our resources for future generations, and then we work to improve our sustainability programs at the company. Today we have about 15,000 employees around the globe. About 2/3 of those are right here in Savannah, because this is our headquarters and our manufacturing center and our research and development center, so we have most of our employees here. It's about 2,500 jets that we've manufactured that are still in service over the last 50 years. A number of products. I won't go through the whole product line with you, but I will focus just a little bit on the last two you see there at the bottom, our newest models that are not yet in service. They're still in development, the G500 and the G600. We're very proud of those models from a sustainability perspective. They set new standards really in all the major efficiency categories that you might think of for business jets. We measure obviously CO2 emissions, we measure sulfur dioxide, we measure smoke, and we measure noise from an engine point of view. The 500 and the 600 will be way ahead of not only the requirements, but what anybody else is doing on that front. Thank you to our engine manufacturer, Pratt & Whitney, for providing those incredibly efficient engines. So those aircraft will be entering service here next year and the year after. So we're looking forward to setting a new sustainability standard with those products. So the aviation industry as a whole has established sustainability goals, which you see there, and those of you who've been here before have seen a similar slide from us before, but just very quickly, carbon neutral growth by 2020, fuel efficiencies of 1.5% to 2% annually through 2020, and then a reduction in CO2 emissions by 50% by the year 2050 from the level that was in place in 2005. And the business aviation community is taking these goals very, very seriously. And we're looking at 4 ways of achieving those goals: improved technology, such as more efficient engines, improved infrastructure and operations, alternative fuels, which I'll talk more about in a minute, and then market-based measures, cap and trade, and offsets and that sort of thing. So Gulfstream has taken an early leadership position in aviation renewable fuels. We're very proud of that. We are the first business aviation manufacturer to have a dedicated supply of renewable fuels. We've got an agreement with World Fuel Services to provide renewable fuels to us, and we're using it in all of our company flight activities today. A little bit more about how it works and what it means. It's derived from agricultural waste. It's manufactured by a company called Altair and then distributed by World Food Fuels. So because it's derived from agricultural waste, we're not taking anything out of the food supply or potential food supply to create this fuel. And it's basically what we refer to as a drop-in fuel, meaning that it's absolutely 100% interchangeable with Jet A. Jet A is a standard petroleum-based jet fuel. So you can blend them together, which we are doing right now on a 30-70 ratio. The reason we do that is because, unfortunately, as of today, the renewable fuel is still significantly more expensive. So you can improve the financial aspects of your sustainability program by blending it in. We hope the ratio of the blend will continue to it will continue to increase as the price of the renewable fuel continues to come down. So we're looking forward to ultimately using all renewable fuels if it becomes reasonable to do so. So it works exactly the same because it's drop-in. You get the exact same performance out of the engine. You're not required to modify the engine in any way. It's very simple. All you have to do is decide you want to do it and go out and buy the fuel. And it does result in a reduction of about 50% in greenhouse gas emissions on a life cycle basis. Why do I say on a life cycle basis? Because it really is the process of creating the fuel where the carbon emission savings occur. The burning of the fuel in the engine is the same as it is for Jet A, but it takes a lot less carbon to produce the fuel. And you may have read very recently that the commercial airline industry is now starting to jump on board with this. United Airlines is taking a leadership position on that side of the aviation industry, and they have announced a similar agreement with World Fuels, and they're going to supply all of their operations out of LAX. They obviously burn a lot more fuel than we do, so that's a big deal for the renewable fuels industry. I think I can't even remember the numbers, 50 million gallons of fuel or some absurd number like that. So we're happy that they're jumping on board. We're happy to have a leadership position. We've done, I think, a good job of using it as a marketing tool not for Gulfstream's benefit, but for the benefit of the renewable fuel notion, and trying to sell it to others so that they'll take advantage of it and begin using it. So we've traveled to our business aviation conventions using renewable fuel. At one point we had 4 G500 test aircraft in the air all at the same time using renewable fuels. Our entire demonstration fleet, which is the aircraft that fly around the world doing demonstration flights for potential customers, is all using it, and our field and airborne support team, which is a fleet of aircraft that we have that flies technicians and parts to customers whose aircraft are broken and out of the way places, are also flying on renewable fuels. We're happy to say we've been recognized by Aviation Climate Solutions for our renewable fuels program, as well as some of our other sustainability initiatives, so we're very, very proud of that. We're looking forward to doing more with renewable fuels in the future and watching others pick up the baton from us and having it expand throughout the aviation industry. You'll notice at this year's Ocean Exchange that there is something of a focus on renewable fuels and renewable energy as part of Gulfstream sponsorship. So we appreciate the Ocean Exchange jumping on board to help get the word out about renewable fuels. So we're happy to be here. We're happy to once again sponsor one of the awards this year, and we look forward to a great ocean exchange event. I hope you're looking forward to it too. Thank you very much.